So the MitAgator project was about developing a tool for farmers to use to manage water quality impacts from their farms. What it actually is a environmental software that's owned and run by Ballance Agri-Nutrients, and it's designed to look at how contaminant losses are distributed across the farm by using mapping software. Some of the key drivers behind it was we wanted it to cover the four main water quality contaminants: nitrogen, phosphorus, sediments and E. coli, and we believe it's the first commercially available tool that covers all of those impacts. The other key thing is it contains mitigation options. It's not just telling you where we think those contaminants are coming from, but options for you to reduce those.
MitAgator's had a significantly positive effect on the agricultural sector because it's a revolutionary tool that communicates easily to farmers the externality risks they face: nitrogen, phosphorus and importantly sediment and E. coli.
So the MitAgator program come from science driver work. So Rich McDowell, who's currently the Chief Scientist of our Land and Water Challenge, was the main person who conceived the idea and drove the development of the project.
It came out of a research program that's well over a decade old now, but that research program focused on the isolation of critical source areas, which are small areas of a catchment, a farm or even a paddock that contribute the majority of contaminant losses to water, such as an airstream area or a wallowing area.
Other scientists were myself, Richard Muirhead. I'm involved in the E. coli work within the program. Ross Monaghan as the key scientist from the environmental side, and we also had help from our technology and development services. So Harry Yoshiwara and Steve McDonald have been key helping build the software and quality control and manage the software side of the program.
My role in the MitAgator project was delivering the assessments of nitrogen mitigation that underpin some of the assessments of mitigation for reducing losses of nitrogen to water.
My role was a software engineer and consultant for Project MitAgator. In the early stage, along with our business analysts and developers from Technology and Digital Service Group, we gathered MitAgator requirements, provided analysis, design and solutions. Then we developed code and testing. We also work with our scientists and Ballance Agri-Nutrients researchers. So we have good understanding to convert their knowledge and implement the model into a software application. We then released the first generations of MitAgator applications, which to support nutrient management decisions. On the second generations, our focus was to develop MitAgator API and AgResearch Science Engine library. Those are to let Balance's MitAgator web application to request, communicate and get the results back from the algorithms.
Another key person is Chris Smith, who's a technician with us based down at Woodlands, who's been absolutely instrumental in helping pull together data and information sources and reports that have helped me in managing the project. Well, MitAgator tool was always developed to be a tool that people could use to help the end users and the farmers on the ground making decisions. When Ballance Agri-Nutrients become interested in it and they were willing to invest in it, it then became a commercial tool. And that gave us the opportunity to develop much more impact. They have fertiliser reps that are on the farm every day dealing with clients who need this information. And so I guess it's a logical progression that the tool become commercial because it helps people. And it's a good way of us delivering more impact than we could just as scientists making the tool available for anyone to use.
The development of the MitAgator tool was brought about by strong collaboration between AgResearch and Ballance. This was founded on a common vision, a long-term vision of what the MitAgator tool would look like, and importantly, process around the development of that over many years. Constant engagement with science people, commercial people, solving problems, working a route to market, but we all knew what the end game was, and it was a very enjoyable and one of the most successful collaborations I've been involved with.
Being awarded the Impact Prize from AgResearch was rewarding because as an applied scientist, what you want to do is make a difference for the people on the ground and have an impact for them. That's what you always aim to do, but when you get independent recognition of that, it's great.
It was quite rewarding to be recognised with the Impact Award. Yeah, for me it's not so much really about the science per se, although good science is critical, but more the recognition of how science can make a difference through the provision of tools such as these, which is actually a bit of a step forward, I think, for the way we think about landscapes and how we manage landscapes rather than just square paddocks or square farms. MitAgator gives us the ability to be much more targeted
Looking back, it has been a wonderful experience working with great multi-talented teams and delivered Project MitAgator successfully. I feel humbled that our work has been recognized with the Impact Prize 2021 award.
My reaction to receiving this award was one of delight. There is something that we will use this towards. It's not only further educating people about the utility of MitAgator itself, but also the science that sits in behind it.
Ballance uses AgResearch because of the world-class scientists in there. Not only the MitAgator team, but a number of the other science teams that we've worked in the past and currently work on. I think it's a privilege to work with you guys. You create value, you communicate science in a way that even I can understand it, and we create value and make New Zealand a more competitive economy. So keep up the good work.